Yo, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to more Cryptonic videos. Now, from what I'm seeing here, this video actually looks pretty interesting. It's called "Can I Beat Mario Kart Before My Viewers Cover My Screen?" Now, I do remember he made a video kind of similar to this. I'd have to say, around, let's see, right here, where he had people cover his screen, but it wasn't people; it was actually just him. So it's kind of like the same concept, I'd have to say, or at least slightly similar to some degree, right? And here's a thumbnail. It's not the best, but you know, it's good enough. Now, I didn't pre-watch. That was actually just a weird glitch that happened. I don't know what that's on about. Um, so yeah. With that being said, this video was made 2 months ago with only 138 views, which isn't that good, but I'd have to say it's good enough. I'd have to say. I wouldn't be too like bothered by that, because you know 138 people, they saw it and they clearly like your videos because consistently getting at least 130, so that's pretty cool. Oh shit, forgot to like the videos. I did say it sucks, but remember, we're close buddies, you know. Like, he lets me react to his videos in return. I give him like 100 million people watching his videos after I react to them, you know. So it's kind of like this little system we got going on. So that being said, let's get right into the video. 9 minutes long. Let's have fun with this.
Recently, I became really good at Mario Kart, like top 200 in the world good. So I decided that to truly test my skill, I needed a challenge. This is a grid stream, where anyone watching can put something on my screen, which blocks my vision. I wanted to see if I could beat Mario Kart in 50 minutes. Well,
Or you guys can see here, he's basically bragging that he's pretty good at the game, but I wouldn't really necessarily say that since he isn't even really at the time of making this video. I mean, like, clearly times are changing. But at the time of making this video, he wasn't even top 100 speedrunners, I would say, and he only plays Mario Kart Double Dash, which might be his feat here, but or in his favor, I'd have to say. But you know, like, you gotta mess around with the other games to say that you're good at Mario Kart, right? And it's just kind of like weird that you're kind of comparing yourself to all these cooler people that like have really good times, and at the time of you making this video, you didn't really have the best time, so it's just kind of weird. But I do like how the editing is in this video. Clearly there's a bunch of upgrades that you've done to your videos over the time, and I'm noticing that and actually complimenting it, which I think adds a lot to the reaction, I'd say.
my viewers try to stop me. All right, go ahead, chat. I'm gonna go take a go ahead and fill it up. It's bad. Okay, we covered up his warning for any shells or emergencies. Bro, what? What the fuck? Oh, I can't even, dude, I'm not even gonna be able to navigate the menu. Dude, you guys have already covered it up so much. It's difficult to see the car that I'm choosing. Is that a Minecraft speedrun? Oh my god. My chat and I decided that if I didn't beat the game in 50 minutes, I would have to wear a Donkey Kong
The editing's
costume.
kind of off. Like, honestly, these jokes could have been funny if the editing was just done better. Like, he added in the least recognizable part of a Dream speedrun song after the joke was said and not while the joke was being said. So it's just kind of like not funny. Like, if it were me who was editing that part, I would have added the classic da 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 da, you know, because everybody knows that it's very recognizable. And actually, if you heard, it was actually kind of light on the ears, like it wasn't that easy to hear, but yeah, so you could just up that, or maybe by adding in the other part that's more recognizable, it would have been easier to hear. But just kind of like an awkward little thing. It's just like it's going way too fast, you know, you're not going to be able to really recognize the joke, so it just kind of flies by and you don't even know if it's a joke or not because of how quick it's going and how poorly it's executed by the editor. I do have to say he is doing good on most of this part on the visuals here. But clearly there is a little bit of issue with how the storyline of the video goes, and like, you know, how the jokes are being exposed to the viewers and stuff like that. It's just something that you gotta get down, you know, like we're costing $100 per video. I mean, you gotta get this down, man. So with that being said, let's jump right into it.
For a week. Chat, 3, 2, 1.
So as you guys could see, if he fails this, then he has to wear the Donkey Kong costume for a week. Hopefully he goes through here, because that would be actually very unfortunate, seeing as there's actually kind of like an unfair advantage that the chatters have, as they were actually able to manage. Let's see how many things they're able to fill the screen up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. See, there's 21 things, and he hasn't even started the run. And I gotta say, that's kind of like pretty unfair, I'd have to say. Most of these images kind of suck. Like, who even is this guy right here? It's just a stupid logo. I do have to say that probably the best thing here has to be XUC. XUC is a funny streamer. In fact, he's live right now. As you guys can see here, I actually have a tab for him because I'm most loyal XUC fan, and I have to say, like, he isn't live anymore, but if he was live on Kick, then that would actually prove me right. Yeah, he's actually playing CS2, and he actually isn't, actually, I would say he isn't gambling, as some people like to put it, as he is actually playing the game. And this is actually one of my favorite maps. Inferno, not really my favorite, but let's just say it's really good. And his chat seems very active, very having fun. He has a nice shirt here, and I heard the Juicer's actually doing pretty well, as he did win the case against Adept. Anyways, we will have to go into that video after, or that stream after the video's done. But now that we're watching the video, let's get back into it. Basically, he has an unfair advantage, or the chat has an unfair advantage against him, so that's probably going to lead to him getting the Donkey Kong costume over him at the end of the video. And I hope that's not the case, because Cryptonic doesn't really deserve all the mockery, and I think that he just did the stakes just to be a little goofy, a little bit funny, something a little crazy. So it's like, dude, that could never happen, but at the same time, something doable and easy to do. So it's like, if it does happen, then it's gonna be kind of funny, kind of kooky, and and it's like lighthearted little stakes, nothing too big.
All right, 50 minutes starting now to beat Mario Kart. Gaming. Oh shit. This is so f***ed up, dude.
Now, as you guys can probably see, no, you cannot, because my cam is actually covering it. At the bottom right, it says course 16, and apparently his personal best is 41:30, which means 41 minutes and 30 seconds. If he's trying to beat a timer of 50, that's kind of unfair, wouldn't you say? Like, he's good at the game, but he's gonna have a lot of stuff blocking him, which is probably gonna add a bunch of time. So I think he's setting himself up for failure just so he can lose on purpose, which actually might be a part of the video, because even though this is a live stream, he did this strategy idea, or this little stream idea, I would say, with the intention of making a video out of it in mind. So we'll have to see where he goes with this. I don't really understand why he would start it at such a possible stake, like a timer, either to challenge himself, or because he really badly wants to secretly lose, like maybe he's like a closeted furry and he like really badly wants to wear Donkey Kong costume. Like, there's nothing against that, I'd have to say, but like, just not being open about it is kind of weird, wouldn't you say? Like, it's just like, why would you do that?
How are you guys already covering this much? What the f? Why did I get blue shelled? What are you talking about, dude? Dude, I like that somebody added Subway Surfers on screen. What, is my stream not entertaining enough?
I would say it's actually kind of entertaining, seeing as most of this isn't actually edited by the editor. It's actually just raw gameplay most of the time. The editing is gotten better since it's more chill now. I do have to say that the video itself is actually pretty entertaining. I don't see why there'd be the need for Subway Surfers gameplay, but it could have just been a placeholder to cover the screen, because there's no other way to figure out how you're going to cover the screen in a pretty easy way. So I have to say, like, maybe it was an accident, maybe it wasn't on purpose, but if it was, I don't think it was malicious intent. I think it was supposed to be a little joke, and I kind of get the joke. It's kind of funny, seeing as TikTok is now a classic the video making platform creator space, and people like to do this very often, where they put the thing that people are going to be watching, and then on the bottom or the top or the side, the either put like or not ASMR, satisfying videos, mobile gameplay, anything of that sort of nature, where it's just like something to make your eyes go off of what the main thing is, just in case it's too boring to look at and you only want to listen to it. So it's actually kind of a good strategy, but here it doesn't really work since, it's just kind of like so small and the video is already so entertaining. There's just really no point of adding it. So I'd have to say it's not malicious intent, more just like a little joke, a little hee ha, little spin,
Wow. Wow. I'm just getting absolutely destroyed by the power-ups. But chat,
As you guys can see here, he's actually getting destroyed by the gameplay being put on screen. Or at least I would say that's getting covered up on the screen by the images and gifs and funny little jokes here and there that are placed around. And I'd have to say, like, it's kind of weird because he's like reacting so hard to something that only we can barely see, and I just don't really get it. Like, if I was sort of blind, I wouldn't understand what's happening. I'd have to know what's happening in Mario Kart at all, or know anything about Mario Kart in order to understand what's happening in this video, because I just don't really get it. Like, based off of all the cuts, you can't really tell it's a racing game, and you also can't really tell that there's items in the game other than that he just got hit by something, which is kind of weird. You could probably think that's like a stage hazard or a track hazard or whatever they would call it in Mario Kart. And I'd say, like, even though it has a popular name to it, Mario being very popular because it's associated with Nintendo's main character, I'd have to say, like, it's just kind of weird because you're kind of assuming that everybody's going to know about Mario Kart. And I would rather if he put something on the screen saying like, "Oh, I just got hit by a blue shell, and blue shells are bad," but you can't really see that, so it's just kind of like awkward,
I still finished second. What do you guys think you're gonna do? You guys just don't get it. I'm literally the best at this game. I'm so good at this game. I think I could have 90% of the screen removed and still beat the races. Damn it. Dude, you guys are still adding
The
images.
joke there
How many
being
points?
that he was saying like, "Oh, this is gonna be so easy, right?" And then he messes up immediately after, and it's extremely funny, not only because of the irony of what he said before, previous to the accident, but it's actually also funny because the editor kind of did this thing where he makes the screen wide, and wide usually means funny because it's like weird. It's like, why is he so wide and stuff like that, and you don't really want that. So like, if you did something like this, I'd be wide and wide equals funny, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really want this isn't as funny as putting chunky cam, as you guys can see here, because it's just kind of like, what's the point? But because he also raised the volume too, it also adds a little bit more to that, because as commonly known on the internet, loud equals funny to at least most people, I'd have to say. And it's kind of like it came out of nowhere, so it's kind of like it catches you off guard, maybe gives you a little chuckle here and there. Who's to say?
Do you guys have? Oh god. Please, no! I was hoping to make it into the cannon before I got hit. Why is it? It's updating like every 5 seconds. How many of you guys have this many points? Alright, already done with map 2, and it's only been 5 minutes.
I think he said it well pretty much there. So I think what he was saying is basically like, the entire chat, right? They have a bunch of, they don't really have that many people watching, but they do have a lot of people with a lot of points, so they're able to spam the screen with a bunch of images, and it's able to update so quickly that it's close very quickly, covering up probably more than he would think that would actually happen, probably because how cheap it was to actually cover the image with. And since he had already gained an audience with a pretty decent amount of watch time, it's actually a bunch of built-up points that were actually able to be used pretty easily here and accessibly. So they were able to easily cover up the screen. So I think that would be the explanation for why they're able to be covered up so quickly.
A sort of meta kind of developed around what people would put on my screen. People figured out that if they put a flashing GIF on my screen, then I would have more trouble paying attention to the game. Which, like, yeah, but also, why would you do that to me? Bro, who the hell?
Well, because they really want to see you in a costume. I think it's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, you got these colors, and they're kind of distracting your brain, whether you want it to or not. Like, I could try to think of only looking at the top right, but this
With
flashing
that
color
rainbow.
kind of makes me want to look because it's just happening so fast and they're so vibrant and nice to look at. You got to see what's going on over there. So basically, like, the whole strategy is that if you make everything look distracting, it's going to be hard to look at the small little in-betweens. Like, as you can see here in this image, or these two images, you could see a small little sliver, or even better, this bat chest emote from Twitch. It originates from Twitch. It basically means soy. The thing here is that since it's not a full square, you can actually see in between it a little bit, allowing you for a little bit of visibility and maybe a little bit more information on where you are. So adding this flashing image here instead, if you covered all of these with flashing images that were either very easy to look at, very easy to get distracted by, or very nice and pleasant to look at, then maybe it would distract you from being able to focus on these little in-between parts and kind of redirect you to this, which would allow you to not know where you are and get completely lost, since you need to be completely focused on where you are in order to know how to beat the level, basically.
Image right below Frim's face is trying to give me a seizure. It's very distracting.
I don't really believe it was in malicious intent. He's saying it's trying to give him a seizure. I'm pretty sure most people know that seizures is not really that much of a common thing. It's not like the majority, it's more like the minority. And I'd have to say, like, it might have been a funny joke just to try to also make it so the video isn't able to be videoed, as you want to make it so it expands to as many people and types of people with any problems or anything like that, to be able to watch your video. And this kind of like ruins that, and also kind of makes fun of Cryptonic, while also at the same time distract him from being able to complete his thing, allowing the chatters to eventually see him as Cryptonic in a Donkey Kong costume, which I find is kind of hilarious if you think about it, because that's like, why did he choose to have the punishment be where he's like in a costume and stuff like that, and it has to be for a long time and stuff like that. It's like, it's kind of funny once you think about it. So I think that's really what chatters want, is they kind of want the funny scenario or ending to the stream or video or whatever to be that he loses, because that's kind of funny.
Okay, stop putting the colorful things just because I mentioned it once. We can't have 3 on the screen. Holy shit. Stop adding.
Even though he says we can't have 3 on the screen, the truth is that actually that's just not the case, because as you can see, there's now 4 on the screen, and it's very easy to do. In fact, there is no limitation to it, so you could technically fill up the entire screen with it. I think what he means to say there is actually he doesn't want that to be the case, because he wants to just have normal images. He didn't really think of this whole flashing colors and all that being a possibility. So,
Adding the flashing ones, okay?
Now, this flashing one is actually more harsh and actually could probably lead to something, but I see that it's very small. The only possibility of this being a thing is maybe if it was like, it covering the entire thing. Other than that, it's so small, I don't even think it can have that much of an effect.
You guys
Then again, all this happening, it's kind of crazy. Now, the in-game lore here is that these were actually replaced, not because somebody put something over it. It's because he asked me personally, because I was actually the person who was adding these, I believe. And he wanted me to actually replace these with the help thing, because it's actually lighter to look at. Now, it's still flashing colors, yes, but it is easier to look at and not that hard.
It's
kind of like the in-between between this and that, where it's easier to look at, but also distracting at the same time.
Wow. Skill issue? Shut up. Chat, somebody can pay.
As you guys can see here, this isn't actually the images that were actually appearing on the screen. I guess the editor thought that like the best way to cover up these images and kooky little screens and flashingness and stuff like that was just actually replace it with cat images, because cat images are pretty widely known to be probably one of the funniest images to put on a screen. And actually might allow for the viewers to look at it easier.
$10 to wipe the board, okay? Dude, okay, every 5 seconds, I have no idea where I am, and then I just drive straight for like half a second, and then I look and I'm like, oh, there I am. Okay, I think I have a new strategy to do well. Okay, wait, it's working. We're not doing terribly, okay? I know it's 6th place, and I could be doing better. God, okay, those bright color things you put are distracting. I hate to say it, but they are. Okay, sick. We're kind of doing decent. Not that bad. Where am I going? There we go. Now we're on the right track. I'm trying to play this map from memory, and it is not working well. I have no idea where I am right now. Oh my god, where am I going? Where am I going, dude? This has got to be some...
And it's just kind of showing off the chaos, like he doesn't know where he's going, doesn't know what to do, and he's kind of regretting a little bit, I would have to say, the situation of this whole thing. Like, where is he going, and what will he do? I think it's kind of lazy, because as you can see, the editor, he put these images originally here to cover up the flashing stuff, but he actually forgot to remove them when they were replaced with something as less distracting, less hurtful, as mixing texture. The only evidence I really have for this is that mixing texture is over here. It's over here right under the cat image, which was previously a flashing image, and it's also you could kind of see it, not like this one, but there's a slight sliver of purple going on the thing here, which could still be the bottom one, but who's to say for sure, because we don't know.
Some joke. This has got to be some joke. Okay, there we go. Next map, please, dude. Chat, I hope you know the only way I have a chance at beating this challenge is if it gets wiped and then you guys still add stuff. Dude, it's literally the game. No, my screen is refreshing every 5 seconds with something new. Damn it! Dude, I'm telling you, it's not gonna be possible. It's not gonna be possible. This is literally...
Now, what was kind of like a clever-ish joke by the editor, I wouldn't really say it was that good, but whenever he said damn it, in order to make it feel more impactful, he actually did the opposite of what stretching would do, which would make it funny, and he actually made it very vertical and less stretched out, which is kind of a pretty creative idea. I just don't think it works that well, since there was no audio effects or anything of the sort, so it just kind of seemed like random stretch, or you know, all that.
It's literally Pepega's steering wheel screen. Dude, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Pepega's steering wheel being an emote, you can actually see it on the screen.
Shut up, bro! I'm trying.
Highlighted for some reason, and right here, as you guys can see, this is Pepega's steering wheel. It's basically like saying you're stupid at driving.
You guys did.
It's actually not, the emote itself is not called Pepega steering wheel. It is actually called Pepega steer, because usually it's like emote then steer. You're steering, you know? Steering is basically when you're driving and like changing the directions of where you're going so you could drive at more accurate directions.
This to me. It's only lap 1! Dude, this map is so difficult because there's so many places to fall off. Like, literally, I thought I was turning there. I thought I was turning around a corner. Oh my God.
The goal isn't really to fall off. It's more to reach the end of the
I have
stage
13 minutes left,
3 times in order to complete the game.
Take, dude. Oh my God. At around 40 minutes in, I realized that there was no shot that I was winning. I had 2 tracks left.
Yeah, he has 40 minutes, and that's like 10 minutes left, so there's not really that much time. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't really know why he would purposely do this, but it's starting to see that since he's pointing it out, he might actually have a plan for this, and this might have been intentional, set from the start, or actually accidental and set after the fact, which also adds more to the storyline and makes it more intriguing, because it's like, it's not just a straight line, it kind of goes, whoa, 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 whoa. And you gotta figure out like what happens, because it's going so crazy, you gotta figure out how it ends.
And only 8 minutes. Rainbow Road alone takes up like 10. So I decided it was time to,
which would be the entirety of the time he has left, which he isn't even at Rainbow Road, which would take probably about 5 or so minutes, I'd have to say. So he wouldn't have enough time.
Okay, chat. I have 8 minutes left, basically. 8 minutes left, basically.
41 minutes, 27 seconds.
Timer. Chat, it's a little difficult to play this game right now. So I have 2 more maps. I have 15 and then I have 16. What if I had a little bit more time, but in exchange for that little bit more time...
The way he's saying this is just kind of sounds scripted. There's no way that someone talks like this normally. It just seems like something that he planned on from the start, you know? and it just doesn't sound that much genuine. I'd have
What
to
if-
say this is probably good, but this is
No,
also
hold on,
probably
hold on, hold on,
staged,
hold on.
and most
What
people
if,
don't
as
really
well
appreciate
as
that.
a little bit of extra time, a little bit more stakes? So instead of just wearing the Donkey Kong costume
Good editing
for 1
there.
week,
I like that a
I
lot.
have to wear it for 2 weeks, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. If anybody in chat brings it up, I'm not able to say anything about it. Chat, the clock is literally at 41 minutes and 27 seconds. But what do we think? I get 10 more minutes of time. You guys get an extra week of Donkey Kong if I lose.
See, what he's saying is basically like, if he loses, he's just going to extend it. Now, I think that he actually intended on losing and probably even threw a little bit between the video just so he can wear the thing longer, hoping that people would accept this gift as it would increase the stakes of the video itself and the stream, but that doesn't really matter since he's clearly making this for a video. And I think what he's trying to do is trying to get people to say yes so he can wear longer if he fails, and if he doesn't, which he most likely wouldn't because he's throwing. Let's keep in mind here, this is all just a theory and not actually true. But if he's throwing, right, and he still manages to win, maybe he doesn't look at the time or something, or doesn't make it look that believable, so he has to be more tryhard, you know. Let's say if he doesn't, then it's just like, you know, I guess chat loses, and it was probably our fault. We could probably do better because he did do multiple grid streams. This is actually the second attempt, because the first attempt was actually done by someone who's not a mod. I am the mod here, and I actually did it way better. I actually updated the screen way faster than the what's it called, mod could do. So I actually did better. So this is actually the second part, but the main clips, right? They're from a previous stream, so it kind of stitched together, you know, trying to look believable. But keep in mind, this was actually happening, but on the first one. So the first one he lost. The second one, I believe he lost, maybe, or maybe he just added a the first one, right? He probably added that, like, the ending to it, the loss. He probably added that, like, I don't know, after. So we'll have to figure that out ourselves, because as you guys can see in this one, he's wearing a blue shirt. In the thing, he might not be wearing that, so we'll have to keep our eyes out for that, and I'll be able to point it out for you guys just in case.
No, what do you guys want then? What if I only get 5 extra minutes? I have 10 minutes left already. I have 2 races left. One is Rainbow Road. I think Rainbow Road alone will take me 10 minutes.
Pay chatters.
That's so much time? What the fuck are you talking about? You don't even play this game! Chat,
he seemed genuinely angry there because he really wanted somebody to accept the gift. Therefore, he was able to, you know, increase the stakes of the video and also get more time being a furry.
Visit this
so we'll have to see how
conversation
that goes.
if I run out of time. Okay? Pause.
He really badly wants people to accept the gift, and in return, basically he's trying to offer it up again later, just in case he loses, which probably won't steer too well with the audience, but we'll have to see, because, you know, the audience would have already gotten what they wanted. Why would they want to extend the time? You know what I mean? Like, we'll have to see how it goes there.
How do we feel about adding the extra 5 minutes now? Okay? Currently, it's 45:44. Without the extra 5 minutes, there is no possible way for me to do this. What if I also give all of you an extra 500 points so that you each get a free grid space? What if I did that? What if I did that? Run it? All right. Okay, chat. Oh, it's even worse. Chat, just a reminder, you guys can get, you know. I have 10 minutes to complete this. 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go. Oh my god. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Now, adding the little, like, cinematic lines don't really help too much because the background's already black. And it kind of makes it weird. It's like, why are you covering up more? There's nothing intense happening. There's nothing to look at, really, except for the images that are already there. So you're just covering more of the screen, which is actually a pretty bad idea, I'd have to say, for the editor to do that. It's just kind of throwing, I'd have to say.
Oh my god! Dude! It's not happening! I don't think it's possible. I literally
he really
can't
badly
see.
wants to lose this.
What the fuck? Alright. Wait. As long as I can stay on the track, speed does not matter. Have I gotten 1 lap yet? I can't even tell. It's not. I don't even have the laps on my screen. Finally! First lap completed! Let's go, chat! And I have 6 minutes left. Oh shit, I found a gap to look through.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Dude! You're kidding! I don't even know where I'm supposed to be turning or not. No way. No way. No way. Okay. Last lap, chat. Last lap. I'm locking in so hard right now. God damn it. We winning this? You guys have 2 minutes. Don't get so cocky, okay? If I fall enough, I will just get teleported to the end. Oh my god. Dude, you guys are winning. You guys are winning. I have 1 minute and 30 seconds left to do this. And I just keep falling. And I think this is the turn where if you fall, it doesn't teleport you forward. You just get put back on the turn. I have 1 minute to get to the end. And it looks like every square is full. You're kidding. I didn't even mean to hit that. I have 15 seconds. I have 15 seconds. Where am I? Where am I? I know I'm like right at the end, dude. Dude, please. 5, 4, 3, 2. No, dude. Oh, fuck. Okay. You guys win, sure. So about a week later, the Donkey Kong costume finally showed up, and I got to wear it on stream for the first time. This is so fucking stupid. Hey, thanks for watching this video.
So let's see if he was wearing a different shirt. Let's see.
Get put.
Salt Life. Maybe he when he was commentating
Kidding!
or
I don't
something.
even know where I'm supposed.
Maybe whenever he was doing the second grid stream, maybe he actually put on the same shirt on purpose, just so he made sure.
My patrons:
But it looks good for the editing.
Newcomer, Griffin Ashley, Kate the Great Team, Phantom, Juber, and Neon Sense. It really means a lot that you guys are supporting me, and also if you're watching this and you aren't supporting me yet, I really encourage it. Obviously I encourage it because it's my, me making money.
So that was a video that we just watched. I'd have to say that this actually exposes Cryptonic as actually being a furry who purposely loses at his own little stakes and challenges so he can have an excuse to wear a Donkey Kong costume a little longer. I have to say that the video was actually well executed, pretty entertaining to watch. The editing needs a little bit of work, but this is an old video, so I'll give it some slack, and it could be probably better in the future. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and subscribe and like the video, and yeah, bye-bye.